Coming up on Murrow News 8, WSU Board of Regents has made yet another change to tuition rates. Find out how much the cost to attend will spike next year.
Police say they finally found the culprit in this spring of the fake FBI calls made all across the country.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hello and welcome to Murrow News 8. I'm Jose.
And I'm Olivia Mayo.
We start the top of the program with some terribly heartbreaking news. A 13-year-old boy was killed in a 5-car crash that took place on U.S. Highway 195 Saturday morning, about 5 miles north of town in Spokane County, near Babb Road. Troopers say a southbound semi driven by a 68-year-old Spokane Valley man lost control on ice, hitting a northbound car driven by 44-year-old Steve Bischoff of Pullman. Bischoff's vehicle then hit 2 other northbound cars, and the semi struck another semi that was parked on the shoulder of the highway. Bischoff's son, 13-year-old Zion Bischoff, was taken to Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane, where he later died. Steve Bischoff was also taken to Sacred Heart, where he will remain for several days. WSU's coach Jake Dickert says the team will honor Zion Bischoff with a helmet patch Saturday against Oregon State. Zion was a friend of Dickert's daughter Riley and other WSU coaches' children.
A garage fire on Pullman's Military Hill was damaged by fire over the weekend. City of Pullman firefighters were called to the blaze on Webb Street early Saturday night. Crew quickly extinguished the fire inside the detached garage. There was someone sleeping inside, but they got out okay. No one was hurt. Officials believe a wood stove burning in the garage started the fire. The specific cause of the blaze remains under investigation.
In a rare non-unanimous vote, the Washington State University Regents have raised tuition to the maximum allowed by state law. The Regents voted 8-1 on Friday to raise tuition for the 9th year straight. Tuition will be bumped this academic year by 3%.
A Garfield teenager is being accused of making fake swatting calls across the country, typing up law enforcement and first responders from New York to Hawaii. The Lewiston Police Department, with help from the Whitman County Sheriff's Office, arrested the 15-year-old boy on Thursday.
WSU received a $3 million federal grant that will be used to help enhance safety and security measures on campus. The grant will pay for 120 new cameras, bringing the campus total to approximately 420. Remote door access control is also being added to more than 60 doors.
There were puppies wandering around campus today. What event they were a part of? Next.
It feels like no matter where you look, the state of the world's getting worse. Oceans full of plastic, an endless amount of waste, an impossible task ahead of fixing our beloved planet. But change can't happen if you do nothing. So here's where you should start. Reduce. Why? Because Americans produce more than 200 million tons of waste every year, and you don't want to add to that. Reuse. Why? Because reusing and repurposing cuts back on unnecessary waste, and it gives things a chance at new life. Recycle. Why? Because recycling creates jobs. It helps our community and it helps our planet. And after doing all this, what will we be left with? We'll be left with a planet that will slowly start to heal. We'll be left with more money in our pockets. We'll be left with more opportunity for work. And most importantly, we're left with hope for the future. So reduce, reuse, recycle.
Earlier this afternoon, ASWSU brought resources to the Cubs Senior Ballroom. To host a full day of relaxing self-care events for students, the event featured free yoga, a student panel, free lunch, and a de-stress fest with crafts and puppies. We spoke to an organizer of the event to hear more about the goals of today's activities.
So the purpose of this Distress Fest was to promote mental health awareness for students on campus by providing just different resources on campus. So that ranges from any clubs or just different organizations that provide help for students, whether that's financially or just for their overall well-being. Yeah, the point of the puppies, research has shown that people tend to distress a little bit more in their cortisol levels as they tend to pet dogs. So that's something that, I mean, ask any student, you know, dogs is kind of like, I guess, like the incentive to want to come and, you know, pet some puppies as well. We have some nice puppies. We have Griffin right there, super nice dog. So yeah. Yes, I'm super excited about the turnout. It's been great. Love seeing new students just come in, seeing some new faces, and overall just seeing the smiles that students have after leaving. So
Super cool to see resources available, especially with finals just around the corner.
Dozens of WSU employees have made their case for excellence after receiving regional awards last week from the Council of Advancement and Support Education, known as CASE. 5 WSU communications and marketing projects received 2024 District 8 awards, which honor and recognize great communications and advancement efforts undertaken by higher education institutions.
After a competitive search and audition process, Chris Dickey, Associate Tuba Professor at Washington State University, has been appointed to the Brass Quartet. The Brass Quartet regularly tours around the country and abroad to perform recitals of new music.
The Pullman Winter Farmers Market kickoff season on Sunday at a new location inside the lumberyard. This will be on the third Sunday through March. Just a reminder, the lumberyard has different hours on Monday, opening at 4 and closing at 9.
When you woke up this morning, you may have noticed something falling from the sky. Today, Pullman welcomed some snowfall, making for a wintry wonderland on campus today. And with that snowing weather today, we should look at what it's going to be like the rest of the week. Sam?
Hey, thank you, Olivia. This week, I hope you bring your coats because it is going down a little bit in the temperature. We have a high of 37 today and a low of 30. We're staying in the middle at 35 with regular weather here. We have wind going at 11 miles per hour with the sunrise at 6:57 a.m. and the sunset around 4:11 p.m. Now going into tomorrow's weather, it's a little bit the same. We have a high of 38 and a low of 27 with wind at only 11 miles per hour. The sunrise and sunset stay the same at 4:10 p.m. instead of 4:11, so expect somewhat the same weather. And going into the whole state, we got rain in the west side, what's new. A high of 44 in Olympia and a low of 37, with Seattle going at 45 and 39. And looking in the middle of the state with Yakima, we have a high of 45 and a low of 25, so it's going to keep getting colder over there. Tri-Cities, a high of 46 and a low of 33. And going into Spokane and Pullman, Spokane we have a high of 40 and a low of 30. And of course with Pullman, a high of 37 and a low of 30. So expect colder weather. And going into this week, on Tuesday, it's a high of 37, low of 37. Wednesday and Thursday, expect some rain this week. We have highs 40s and low of 32 and 35. And then coming up at the end of the week, Friday looks a little better with a high of 50 and a low of 43. And Saturday, expect some rain with a high of 46 and a low of 35. And I hope everyone has a great Monday. Back to the gang for more news.
Thanks, Sam. After a tough loss this weekend, the Cougs dropped in the rankings, where they will sit at now after the break.
After Saturday's tough loss against New Mexico, according to the coaches poll, the Cougs fall to number 25 in Week 13 AP Top 25 poll. There is some good news, however, at the NCAA Division I West Regionals at Colfax Golf Club. Evans Cougs Kurui won the men's 10K West Regional with a time of 28 minutes and 53 seconds. The men's team finished 9th overall. The women finished 7th overall, with Zina Cheptu clocking in with a time of 19 minutes and 46 seconds. That was a personal best for her. And with those times, both Cougs will be heading to Madison, Wisconsin for the 2024 NCAA Cross Country Championship. More good news. Cougar Volleyball defeated Portland in straight sets Saturday, marking the team's second straight sweep and 4th this season. Cougs hit .326 as a team and totaled 8 services and 6 total blocks. Katie Ryan led the offensive attack with 10 kills as she hit a .421 clip and 3 blocks. Cougs hit the road and take on Oregon State on Friday at 7 p.m. And the Cougs lost their second game of the season to New Mexico on Saturday. With 21 seconds left, quarterback Devin Dampier scored on a 1-yard run and thus ending the Cougs' playoff hopes. John Mateer was 25 of 36 for 375 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Kyle Williams had 9 receptions for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Cougs dropped to number 25. Coach Dickert had something to say as he looks ahead to this week's game, where the Cougs will play the other team in the Pac-2, Oregon State.
Like I've never gotten into they're our buddy. Oregon State's not our buddy, right? You know what I mean? They would have left us as fast as we would have left them. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. It's one of our biggest rivals now. That's the way I've looked at it, and that's not bulletin board material. I just hope they would say it the same way. Let's go compete. We've been waiting to compete with these guys.
And kickoff for that game will be Saturday at 4 p.m. The Cougs host Northern Colorado tonight, basketball that is. Head coach David Riley holds a 5-2 record against the Bears. Last time both programs met, the Cougs beat the Bears at home 82-56. The Cougs are coming off a loss to Iowa with a score of 66-76 and are hoping to get back in the win column. Tip-off is tonight at 6:30 p.m. And for women's basketball, they had a shootout on Saturday with Texas Tech. Cougs lost this game 56-52. Cougs used strong defense to hold the Lady Raiders to 56 points while tallying 5 blocks and 2 steals, and shot 50% from the floor in the second half and 60% in the fourth quarter. Eleonora Villa and Jenna Villa, no relation, both scored in double digits with 12 points and 10 points. The Cougs hit the road to take on University of Iowa on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Whitman County unveiled an adorable group of puppies available for adoption. Stay tuned to see what is so unique about the puppies' photos online.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna. Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
10 puppies named after different soups were put up for adoption at the Whitman County Humane Society. 7 of the 10 puppies have already found new homes. The puppies still available are named Chowder, French Onion, and Gumbo. How adorable.
Very. I'm getting gumbo. Anyways, thank you for joining us today. If you want to see our previous shows, please hit our YouTube channel and check out our social medias. Have a good night.